Hi everybody, this is Diane. I am still working on my little shabby journals. They're really not so little, but they're only one signature, but they're packed. This is the one that I'm using as my prototype because I have this pretty much done. It's not sewn together, but I think I know I have most of the elements, and I might do a little more to it. But I'm using this to be the model for what I do with the others. I'm making 6 one-signature journals all together, and I'm using Blue Fern Studio, I think that's called, cardstock. It's very heavy, and as I said in the previous video, it's just too heavy to just make pages for a journal, so I'm using it as covers. And I'm using, this is called Tattered Walls. So it looks like peeling paint and wallpapers and things. So I'm using wallpaper digitals, mostly from tailor-made journals that I already had printed. The only extra printing I did was to print on the backs because I wanted them printed front and back. So I chose some pale colors for the backs so that they can be written on. So that's what I'm basing, that was the basis of these journals. First this and then the wallpaper digitals. But right now, in today's video, I want to add the book plate to the inside front cover and decorate it a little bit. And as you can see, I'll be using some sealing wax. And then I will move on to making some tags. I have a variety of different types of tags I want to make. There is still a lot of work to be done. You see how fat this one is? I have a long way to go for 5 more of these. So first of all, I already glued down a book plate for this one. This beautiful image of a girl reading a book. It's a painting by Fragonard, and there's a little snippet of lace there. And I have some supplies. These are not Craspire. This is my handle from Craspire Wax. You may have seen videos that I've done in collaboration with Craspire because they sent me some free supplies, and I am going to be choosing some more, another assortment of whatever it is I want to work with, and they'll send them to me. So I'll do some more videos for them. But in the meantime, I did get some supplies from Amazon. So I got this box sorry, of seals. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 seals, plus this pretty wooden handle, and they work on this. This one is a fleur-de-lis, and I thought I might try that one today. It does fit. I tried it. If I can just get it started right. And then I have this one, which is a feather. I just really want traditional. I don't need any special icon things. But so the feather, and there's a tree of life type of thing, and the fleur-de-lis, they're fine. And then there's a heart and a bee and a rose. I do like my rose from Craspire better. Looks like this. And there's the tree. So I like all of these, and I was very happy with this. I will link this kit below. And then I got some green and gold and red wax pellets. I should have lit my candle. I wonder if I even have a match in here. I was keeping matches in my box, and I guess I moved them. So I'll be right back. Sorry about that. I already started this video once and had to redo it. Because my son was texting me, and he just texted me again, but he's going to wait. Okay, and oh, I got this from Amazon too, but I might get a furnace. They call this the furnace. I might get one from Craftsbuyer because they have a really nice one that I like. But maybe not with this batch that I'm going to order. And every time I order something, like from Amazon, I think this came from Craftsbuyer. And then when I ordered the waxes and the other things, I kept getting these, so I'll just hang on to them. But I'll probably use different colors, so for this one I'm going to use the gold. I try to pick a basic color from the cover, and I don't stick to it 100%, but like I think I went with yellow for this because there are touches of yellow in here. So there's a yellow ribbon there, or string, and I'm going to melt some gold pellets, and I'm going to do about 5. And I'll just, with this furnace, I can just let it sit there while it melts, and I don't have to hold on to it. So while that melts, I can glue some of the other, oh, I already did this one. I already had this one made because I had to sample my new items when they came. It was, a few weeks ago, I got these things. So that one's done. And I have this one picked out. I have some vintage book plates that I love, and I just can't hoard them anymore. It is time to use my stuff. That's what it's there for. I hate the concept of if I use it, I won't have it anymore. But what do I have it for? I have it to use it. My kids still make jokes about me when they were young. I got these chicken patties, like a big bag of chicken patties from Sam's, I think, that everybody liked. And they just wanted to eat them every day. So when I was at work and my husband was home, because he probably worked a different shift at that time, they would just eat chicken patties. And one day they said they wanted chicken patties again. And I said, if we keep eating the chicken patties, we won't have any. And they just laughed and laughed and laughed because that's what they were there for. But they get it now, what I was trying to say. I want them to last in the freezer for a little while, eat something else. But I think about that when I want to hoard my supplies. We're melting. That's what it's there for. But they still make jokes about that. But if we eat it, we won't have any more. You can't have your cake and eat it too, right? Sometimes, maybe it's because I'm impatient, I don't know, but sometimes I take a popsicle stick and stir it to make sure I get the unmelted chunks down to the bottom so they'll melt faster. I do tend to be impatient. I said to my daughter recently, I used to think that I was a patient person, and she wouldn't even let me finish that. She just said, when did you think that? So I guess I'm not known to be a patient person. Okay, it looks like that wax might be done. So we were doing this one, right? I think so. We're doing this one. I set it over there. Okay. I'm just going to do it right on the page, and I have my feather. I want to use the feather. I'm just going to pour that right on there. set that on there for a few seconds. Exciting! I don't know if I used all of my seals. I don't think I did. I just tried all the colors of wax. Oh, I think I did that. I used the rose because I didn't have these seals yet when the wax colors came. Oh, that is so nice. I love that. So nice. Okay. Let's do another one. This one can be blue. Where's the lace piece I had for this? Well, I'll find another one. Just put that up there. This is where you would write your name, so I don't want to cover that part. If you hear noise outside, I don't know if you can hear it. Yes, that's where it looks the best. I'll put this at an angle like that. Yeah, I think I like that. We were supposed to have a snowstorm last night, but we ended up with mostly sleet. There is some snow, but not the 7 to 12 inches that we could have had. But it is ice. It's all covered with sleet. So there are vehicles out there dealing with the situation. So I'm wearing my sweatpants today. I'm not going anywhere. This is my snow day. Okay. And that looks pretty. The only thing is, this part, maybe I'll do a different seal on there because this part is thick and then I have it raised up on to the lace. So maybe I'll try to do another one that's I'll try to get the bumpy edge on the other side. Put the seal closer to this edge. So let's melt some blue wax. I should have had that going. So this is the wax that came from Craftspire. I guess if I don't want it to be too bumpy, I'll just use 4 and see how that works. And then I can use the feather because I really like the feather. I'm just going to let my son know I'm making a video. Okay, so I'll add a new seal to that. That one's already done. Okay, put that here, it's done. This one, again, yellow, so I will do some more gold. That'll be ready for the next one. And this one, pink, obviously. And for this I had a little scrap of pink lace and a little bit of sari silk. And I just want to check positioning. I won't use this color, but just want to make sure I know where I'm going to put things. That looks good. And the blue's almost melted. You know what I should do is experiment with putting more than one color of wax in here. But maybe the next one. There's my feather. I have a fleur-de-lis on that one. This is going to be a very misshapen one, but I like them too because that's how they would really have been when they were used for letters. They weren't trying to make them perfect, they were just trying to seal their letter. So there's that one. The wax flowed in between the lace without going over the lace, so that reduces the bulk anyway. Okay, now for the pink one. Well, I've got gold ready to go here, so I'll do another gold. And that is going to be this one. What kind of emblem? I guess I'll use the fleur-de-lis for that one, just to try something different. And I want to try another one. Let's try the tree. For one of the other books. You come off nice and clean. I will have to clean the spoons out. In fact, I'm gonna wipe that out now, and I will use some red wax. There's the piece of lace that I lost. And I'll put some red in there. Get it ready. I should have 2 furnaces going. No, I shouldn't, because I would not be able to keep track. And I'd probably spill one. I need to know my limits. And I don't always. I test my limits all the time as far as stuff like that goes. Can I bake cookies and do crafting at the same time? No. You will burn the cookies. I think I have all the book plates and lace glued on. And that is almost melted. First time I did this with the Craftspire collaboration, I, again, probably being too impatient, as soon as it was melted, I poured it, but I had to use a stick to get it all out because it was kind of thick. But one of my commenters said that if I just let it sit in there a little bit longer, it will melt more and be thinner, and I wouldn't need the stick. And she was right. Patience. This one looks good. Now, where was I going to put that? Was I just going to do it down here? Apparently I was just, no, I don't like it down there. I think that they need to be together. So let's try it here. I'm going to pour it right onto the lace so it doesn't just kind of avoid the lace. I'm going to put the red right on there and fleur-de-lis. Make sure I have it right side up. It's going to go off the edge. It did go off the edge. Maybe if I let it harden, it'll just stay round and just poke off a bit. I don't really want to break it. That looks nice. And you can see it here, poking up a little bit. I don't think I've tried the red yet. This came separately from a different source, apparently. I ordered them from Amazon, but this one came in a little tin box instead of a bag, and it seems to be melting a lot faster. The pellets are thinner, and it's melting faster, so it might just be a cheaper grade of wax, but let's see how it works. How does it function? And I guess I'll use the tree here. Because the pellets were thinner, I don't know if I have enough wax here. I don't think I do. What do I want? Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There should be 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm missing one of my signatures, one of my books. Unless it's inside here, because this is pretty fat. That's not bad. And it's got a thinner profile to it, so it won't be, I like it, actually. I might rub a little gold on it. No, there's no extra book in here. Well, when I locate that one, I will make sure that I finish it. So I guess we'll just move on right now. It's here somewhere. It's got to be here somewhere. I'll probably set it out of my way. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I have it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, I have them all. Make sure they're all done. And they are. Okay, now we can move on to tags. Blow the candle out. put my things away before I make another mess. I'll clean these out later. There's the one with the wax in it. Well, I'm going to have to get myself a bigger container when I order more supplies from Crossfire. They allow me to choose $40 worth each time. This will only be my second order. I can order more, but they gift me $40 worth. Okay. Next, let's do a couple of quick tags. I have two that will be collaged on those bases, and then I have very quick ones that will be just wallpaper on tags and nothing fancy. If I want to add, I'm going to put something on my mat. If I want to add a digital image or fussy cut image or something later, I can. I like this blue. I'm just putting some Fabri-Tac all over my tag. I could just put some glue in the center to hold it in place and trim around it and then sew the edges. But I think for these I'm just going to glue. Once the glue is dry, if I decide to sew, I can. Push it right up to the edge to eliminate a little bit of cutting. That looks pretty. Let's do another one. I don't want to bore you by just doing 5 of these plain ones, but put this spot up at the top. This is a vintage fragile piece. This one is vintage, but I don't think it's terribly old. It feels like it's washable. I find wallpaper at flea markets sometimes. I'm picky about the wallpaper I buy. And I've also gotten packs of pieces from Etsy shops. So I can have a variety. And I really like the older fragile pieces, especially for collage. I like the looks of the older pieces because they look hand painted. This one looks like it could have been hand stenciled. I don't know that they were. Maybe, you know, really, really old wallpaper was hand painted, but these look like maybe a machine added the paint to them because they are painted wallpapers. You can actually feel the texture of the paint on them. And like I said, this one looks like a stencil. Very quick and easy decorative tag. And then if you want to, add something else to it. And I've got more wallpapers picked out to do. But I guess we'll do a little collaging right now. I have this one. I didn't pull out my collage elements, but hopefully I have them here close enough. These are strips of coffee dyed paper that I cut off of papers that I used in journals. None of this will show. I will collage right on top of that, and then the back side can be journaled on. So I will start by covering it with, looks like book page and music paper I did here. Well, gotta grab my collage folder or pouch. I know I have some music papers in here. I like to use the fragile music papers for collages. There's some, it's a scrapbook paper, but it looks like book page. And here's my fragile music paper. I also have some that I put texture paste on, so maybe I can use some of that too. I'll start by adding some, and I was trying out my embossing glazes, my Tim Holtz embossing glaze. So that could add an extra element too if I don't cover it up. So I'll just start by gluing this down, and then I'll add the music. Shouldn't have put it right out to the edge because I know I have to trim the edges. Oops. Doesn't need to go down to the bottom either. I'll have to let that dry before I can trim it. I will add a little bit of the music paper with the modeling paste on it. Texture paste. I'll just trim all around the edges when I'm done. And a little music paper up here. Actually, this is all one sheet. This came from a hymnal, a psalter, and it had words in between there. That's why I thought that was book page. That's okay. And then this is a scrap of printable paper. I think it was a printable wallpaper actually, that I had cut up for something, and I still had the scrap. And then this is just some craft paper that I stamped background stamps on. And then, of course, I have part of a copy dyed doily up there and a chenille fabric tab. Maybe I'll use some of this blue wallpaper. This is one of the fragile ones that I love. And then I have a punched or die cut butterfly from patterned paper that somebody sent me in a Happy Mail. And I just added that as a little bit of a focal point. I didn't want anything major. There's a doily. It's not copy dyed. Got a pink doily piece. Crumpled doily piece. And I have these little snippets from the Tim Holtz tissue. A collage tissue. So that could be in place of the butterfly on some of them. Okay. I'll add a piece of white. Let me see if I can trim this now. If you live in the Northeast United States, where that storm came through last night, tell me what you got. Did you get snow or sleet or both? Freezing rain? I live in northeastern Pennsylvania, almost at the New York border, very, very close to the New York border. And we just got we got some snow, like I said, but sleet. I could hear the sleet. I wish this was a little bit bigger, but I'll just work with what I have. I'm using scraps. I usually use a glue stick on doilies, but come on. I had this working today. I think you saw me using it. Oh me, oh my. Now I just need a little bit of a focal point. Looks like kind of a mishmash with, wrong pin, with brown and blue, and then the rust in two different colors of that distress glaze. So I'm going to try to pull it together somehow. I mean, there's nothing wrong with brown and blue together. I like it. Let me look in my ephemera folder that says flowers, birds, and butterflies. These are the butterflies that someone gifted me, and they are not the right colors. But I think they're a little too small. This is my itty bitty page. So I'm just gonna flip to the butterflies. I have the flowers in the front and then birds, because I don't have a lot of birds, and butterflies. I think I like that one. That binder is mostly full of flowers. I love to use flowers. This was cut out of a children's book. Cut the antennas off because they're too hard to cut out, but I draw them back on. And then all it needs is a little bit of fabric or chenille or lace for the tab. I will round the corners. I didn't ink the edges of that one, but I will. Should ink it before I add the tab. It's not a thick tag, it's thin because it's coffee dyed paper, but it's a little bit sturdier because of the glue and the papers added to the top. But the papers on the top aren't very thick either, so it is a flexible tag, but it's great for writing on. And I have one in a book, so I have 3 more of these to make 6 of them. This tag is just a piece of cardstock. This one was double-sided, 7 gypsies, and it was in a ledger pack, 12 by 12 pack of ledger cardstock, but this one was a grid. And so some of the grid shows, and then I just collage with vintage ledger book pages with writing on them, a little digital card, a little scrap of wallpaper, and a piece of vintage lace. So I'll do something similar with these. These are from a 6x6 pad, and I don't remember the brand, but I've had both of these for a very long time. These are no longer available, but I cut those down to the same size this is, which is 3 3/4 by about 6, and I'll collage here. So since this has a piece of grid showing, I'll have a piece of something showing that you can write on if you wanted to make a note here, and then you can write on the back. Because this isn't aged at all, so I'm just going to cover it up. So I'm going to continue working on tags, and I don't know what you'll see in the next video. I'm not sure what else I have to do in these journals, but I'm going to finish the tags hopefully today, and then I'll see what the next step is. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you soon. Have a creative day today. Bye-bye.